Alright, so I want to do a video about how I do my European mounts. European mounts look really cool. And if you know what you're doing, you can make it look just as good as a taxidermist. So this is a gator I killed back opening day of the South Carolina gator season. So that was in September. It's now end of November. So it's soaked for 2 months, probably 70 days, 75 days, something like that. You want to give it at least 2 months. Skin all the meat and everything you can get off the head before you soak it. And then this one sat in that blue tub over there by the fence. I had it sealed up with that piece of plywood, some plastic bags around the edge to try to keep the scent in. It will smell pretty bad. After it's soaked for 2 months or so, wear some gloves when you get it out. Pour as much of the water out as you can, and then pull the gator head out. The main thing that you want to remember is gator teeth. As you can see right here, see how they're all loose? That's going to happen when you do a European mount. Every single tooth is loose. So before you put it in there, skin the two heads apart and set them in just like this. I usually set this one in, the bottom half of the jaw, and then set the top in on top of it, both facing up so the teeth are up. Because if you don't, when you pull it out, all the teeth will be in the bottom of the bucket and you have to try to figure out where each of them goes. If you do it like this, then all the teeth will stay in place, and it'll be so much easier to complete the mount. So once you've got it pulled out, you need to set it out and let it dry for I don't know, until it's dry. I guess it depends on the temperature and everything. Then get some glue. I use the gel kind of super glue. It's going to take a good bit. Run a bead all the way around all these teeth on both sides if possible. And then you can see these bones. Some of them might come off when you're soaking. I had to put a couple of these back on. Run you a bead of glue all around here, both edges, right here in the middle, because you can see this will come apart a little bit. You need to run a glue in there. Use plenty of it, all these seams, and seal it all up really well. And the same on the top of the head. You want to put some glue in here and pull that up tight. Use some tape to seal it up if you need to. Run glue all the way around all these teeth. You can see if they might fall out. If they do, you just want to put them back in place. Put them back in place and glue them. No teeth should be loose at all. The next step after this is to soak it in peroxide. You're going to need a good bit, a few gallons of peroxide. The peroxide will whiten it up really well. It will take a lot of this cool looking black tips off the teeth. And I'll do a video showing what that looks like. But you want to use peroxide, because if you use bleach, it'll really eat away at the bone, make it a lot brittler. I've done it both ways. You really don't want to use bleach. Peroxide's the way to go. So I'm working on this one right now, and then I have a couple other ones over here that I'm working on. This one here is my black bear I killed about a month ago. So that one's been soaking about a month. This one here is a hog that a pretty nice hog that my buddy killed up in the mountains. That you can see the video of that hunt on my channel. So I'll kind of show the process a little better when I pull this one out, and maybe this one too. But the next thing, like I said, is peroxide. You want to let it soak in peroxide for a while, just until it's pretty wet. It doesn't have to be, like as long as it's soaked in the water to pull all the meat and everything off. But it's just a slow process. It takes a little while, but it ends up looking really well. I got some that I've done before, and they turned out phenomenal. So I'll keep you guys up to date on the process, and show you what the next step of the video is. Alright, so I'm now working on a bear that I killed back on October the 21st or 22nd, I don't remember the exact day, during the mountain bear season here in South Carolina. If you watch my other videos with the bear on it, this is that bear. So what I did was, it's been soaking for 2 months. I pulled it out and washed it off and everything. I've been using this toothbrush right here to try to get in all there and everything to get the extra stuff on that's still stuck on there off. But as you can see, it's pretty clean. Usually most of it will just wash off with a hose. The bottom jaw did come apart, so I'll have to glue that back together, and then I'll do just like I did with the alligator. Here's the finished alligator. It looks pretty fantastic. I might camo dip it. I haven't decided yet. But what I did was I used hot glue, and you can see that I ran a bead of glue around the inside of all the teeth like that, both sides, and then on the top as well. You can see it right there if you look close along the teeth, and in any of the grooves of the bones, and it looks let me try to put it back together. It looks pretty awesome. So it turned out really well. So what I'm gonna do is the same thing. I'm gonna run my bead of glue around the edge here, put this back together, and then this bucket here has peroxide in it. And the step you didn't see with the gator head is you take it and you soak it in peroxide for about a day or so, and it'll go from looking like that to looking like that. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. It's really not a hard process. It'll save you, I don't know, 100, 150 bucks depending on your taxidermist and the animal and all that kind of stuff. So I'll show you another video after I've completed those few steps I just said. Alright, so it's the next day. The skull is dry. I'm gonna glue this back together and put glue all along the teeth, and then I'm going to put it in the peroxide. So I'll show you a quick video right before I put it in the peroxide after the glue is complete. So I just finished gluing. You can see that I ran glue all along the inside of the jaw. It doesn't really look pretty, but that's okay because you won't be able to see all that when it's put together. I am missing a tooth right there, which kind of sucks, and one down there, but that's okay. I'm gonna see if I can put it together real quick. Here it is. So you can see right there, it's pretty solid. Now it's gonna go into the peroxide until tomorrow, and then it'll be pretty much complete. You can do the peroxide a little longer if you need to, than one day, but you don't want to do it too long. It'll start making the bones brittle. You can see all these little holes down here in the back. Put glue in there just to shore up all those loose bones in the skull. So it's gonna look pretty awesome. I'll get a video tomorrow and show you what it looks like when it comes out of the peroxide and dries. Alright, so as you can see, it turned out really nicely. Everything whitened up really well. It all looks really good. This is the bear. So just wanted to give you a look at it. Once again, this is the gator. Same process as the bear. And then just to let you know, this is a hog that I did 3 or 4 years ago, and this is a gator from about 3 years ago. So you can see they still look great. They're still in great shape. So if you take your time and do a good job, save yourself a lot of money and just do it yourself. I wanted to go over the steps one more time. So you're going to take it when you get the animal, you're going to skin it out, skin the head as the best you can, get every bit of meat and everything you can get off of it. When you start with, especially all the skin, all that kind of stuff, you're going to put it in a bottle of water or a bucket of water completely submerged for a minimum of 2 months. After 2 months, you're going to pull it out, you're going to wash it off, all the meat should come off, peel any of the rest of the meat off, skin it off, let it dry out in the sun. Once it's completely dry, run hot glue or gel super glue around all the teeth, and just on the inside half, all the loose bones, and put them all together. After that, you're going to put it in peroxide completely submerged for about 24 hours. If it's still stained a little bit, you're going to want to bump it up to maybe 12 more hours on top of that, but really you don't want to do more than that. After that, you should be able to pull it out, let it dry, and it'll be completely finished. Hopefully this will help you out, and you'll be able to save yourself a little money. Most taxidermists charge a minimum of about $100 to $150 for each one of these. So hopefully you guys can do it yourself and make your trophy room look a lot more awesome.